Welcome back to another episode of Wrestle Capsule, where you're going to be getting your weekly dose of pro wrestling talk. And I'm your host, B. So welcome back to the show. Today, we're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw. And I'm just going to be highlighting the match card, some things I like, things I didn't like, things that caught my eye. So let's get right to it. So the show starts off with Bayley and her crew, Dakota, Kai, and Io Sky, and they come out to the ring, and Bayley is in full heel mode. And one of the things in her promo that really caught my attention was when she said that her and her group are going to salvage the uninspiring division. Coming at the women's division, coming at the women's locker room. And then she also goes on to say that the women's division needs to be hungry and starving for more, that there's a lack of motivation. So I'm seeing some shade thrown, and to be quite honest, she's talking about the women's division at WWE, but honestly, that can be applied to AEW as well. Now, I'm not going to get too much into why I'm saying that, but I will say this. I do firmly believe that AEW is lacking representation on Dynamite and on Rampage. Now on Dark and Dark Elevation, the YouTube channel, the AEW YouTube channel, that's a different story. You see a lot more women having matches, dark matches. But when it comes to the actual flagship show and the other main roster show, Rampage, you see one. If you're lucky, you might get a second female match within that show on Dynamite and within the show of Rampage. But other than that, lately, since I've started watching it again, it's just been one female match on Rampage, one female match on Dynamite. So, all right, I'm going to get out of that, and I'm going to go right back to what you guys came here to talk about, which is Monday Night Raw. So, Bayley ends up messing up on Dakota's name, so she calls her Dakota Sky instead of Dakota Kai. But Bayley is such a professional, and she's gotten so much better and honing in on her skills with promos, that she was just so professional. And she was basically like, I know I said it wrong. I know her name. Let me finish. I need to think. And that made me laugh. It was so good. She was calling the fans stupid and their stupid faces and they're dumb and all this stuff. Just all the heelness in one promo segment. So I was enjoying that, but that's not the icing on the cake. That is not the highlight. One of the highlights. No, I'll say it. The highlight of the night. I'll just say it. Triple H started Monday Night Raw off very strong. And what I mean by that was there was a full-on brawl. So Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka come out. And they come in the ring. So it's all six of them. Those three. And then, of course, Bayley and her crew. And they agree on having a match at Clash at the Castle. So it's going to be 3-on-3, which I'm very much looking forward to. And then I'm thinking, no, they're not going to fight then. So they're already scheduled to have a match at Clash at the Castle. They're not going to have a match. They're not going to fight. They're not going to have any, physical altercations. No, Bianca Belair took it upon herself and was like, I'm going to throw my first swing. So she swings first at Bayley, and then all six of them start brawling and take it out of the ring. And then at one point, Alexa Bliss gets on the barricade thing and jumps on everybody. I think she did the Twisted Bliss. Did she? I think she did. Let me know if I'm wrong. But yeah, that was so good. The referees had to come out, officials had to come out and break up the brawl. That is how you build up a pay-per-view match. Go ahead, Triple H. I'm so looking forward to that 3-on-3. It's going to be very, very good. It better be good because of all this buildup. It has to be good. It has to be good. So moving right along, let's talk about the match between Seth freaking Rollins and Angelo Dawkins. Angelo Dawkins, just like I said about Montez Ford last for the last Monday Night Raw that I reviewed. We are seeing these two capable of being single competitors. Now, like I said before in that video, they're great as a tag team. Street Profits is one of my favorite tag teams on the Raw brand. But Angelo Dawkins by himself, very good. Montez Ford by himself, very good. So I'm not surprised. It's just I'm seeing a different side of Angelo, and it was awesome. And of course, he didn't win. Seth freaking Rollins won. It is what it is. You win some, you lose some. But Montez Ford was acting super extra during this match. He was distracting Seth, and then Angelo was able to attack him, and then Seth was playing mind games with Montez. And how you gonna kick him as he's trying to make sure Angelo's okay in the corner, and then Montez comes in the ring and he's trying to fight Seth, and then he gets kicked out by the referee. Like, all this stuff, all this commotion. I like it though because it adds to the storyline. I don't know how this is going to end. I don't know if either Angelo or Montez are going to win a match between Seth freaking Rollins. Would I like that? Of course, but I don't know how that storyline is going to play out, but I want to see what's going to happen next Monday. To be totally honest, I'm a little bit let me rephrase that. I'm very over the whole storyline between the Judgment Day and the Mysterios. And it has nothing to do with how I feel about Dominic. It has nothing to do with that. It's just, I hate seeing the same matches over and over and over and over and over again. It gets so mundane and so just... And it doesn't matter who is within those repeated matches. I don't care. Even if they're my favorite wrestlers who are amazing in the ring. Like, when you can keep consistently seeing that, it gets so just old. But yeah, they're building up the match between Rey Mysterio and Finn Balor of the Judgment Day. And Rey and Dominic are in the back just talking and stuff like that. And Edge comes up. And he wants to help. He wants to come out with Rey Mysterio and them just to be support. But Dominic's not having it. And he pushes Edge because he remembers getting speared by Edge, even though it was an accident. Dominic's not trying to hear that. So there's some confrontation with that. And Dominic is supposed to go out with Rey Mysterio as support for that match with Finn Balor, but fast forward, he does not. But yeah, I'm starting to see some fire up Dominic, so I'm gonna see how that plays out. But when Dominic storms off upset, Edge offers Rey to be in his corner during that match, but Rey assures Edge that Dominic is just going to be there. Like, he just needs time to cool off. He's going to be there. The match with Kevin Owens and Ezekiel. Short. Very short. And I was looking forward to more than what I got. And I didn't get very much. So... first off, one of the funny things was that Kevin Owens tripped up the steps to get into the ring. And then Ezekiel was making fun of him about it. And then Kevin Owens was already irritated, already like in just anger mode, and just wanted to just destroy Ezekiel. So him making fun of Kevin for tripping up, that wasn't making it any better. But yeah, the match starts, and next thing I know, Kevin powerbombs Ezekiel on the apron, and Ezekiel's on the ground, and he just does not get up. Like, his back got freaked up real bad. And I'm like, wait, so the match is done? Like, it just started. I don't even know how many minutes it was, but it wasn't very long, and I just wanted more. I guess we're going to see what happens next Monday with them. So, let us talk about the whole Judgment Day Edge, the Mysterios situation. Now, I'd already said that I'm over the storyline, but I can't deny that when they're in the ring with one another, it's going to be a good match. And I am thoroughly looking forward to Damian Priest and Edge having a match. I believe it's 2 weeks from now. So in 2 weeks, they're going to be in Toronto, Edge's hometown. So while Damian Priest and Finn Balor were in the ring before the match with Rey Mysterio, Damian Priest challenged Edge and was like, if you still have a sack, he said set, I'm saying sack. If you still have a set, then I'm challenging you to have a match in Toronto, Monday Night Raw in 2 weeks. So are you about it or not? So that is going to be very interesting. I like Damian Priest. I do. He definitely is the Punisher. I feel like the whole Judgment Day group is just such a sound, heel, stable. You know, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, all three of them are so good. The whole match with Finn Balor and Rey Mysterio, I'm just going to skip because honestly, yeah, it was a good match. When will it not be a good match with Finn Balor and Rey Mysterio? It's the distraction that was the most eye-catching for me, okay? Rhea Ripley comes out carrying Dominic Mysterio, all beat up. She must have beat him up in the back. Got scratches and blood on his face. He's incoherent, kind of knocked out, and puts him on the ground. And Rey is distracted during the match. And then Finn gets the win. So the plot thickens. Just when I thought this is just going to be another match with the Judgment Day and the Mysterios, this gets pulled out. So now, of course, I want to see what happens. I'm a sucker for plot twists. I really am. As a writer, I'm a sucker for plot twists. And I want to know, is this going to make Dominic turn heel? I mean, it would be nice. Can he pull it off? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the future holds with that. And it's kind of hard for me to make a prediction because I don't know what I've seen with Dominic. Yes, he's getting better in the ring. And his whole pissed offness with Edge was definitely believable. So maybe that could be something, but I don't know. We'll have to see. You guys let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think Dominic Mysterio is ever going to turn heel? I don't know, because he is mad at his dad, but then him being mad at his dad and not coming out to support him got him beat up by a woman. So, you know, didn't work out for him on Monday. Maybe Dominic will see this and chill out and calm down because, I mean, Edge is being helpful. You know, he's coming out to help. So let me go on a quick rant, and this is just going to be a quick one. Well, first let me preface it with this. So after the whole Finn Balor and Rey Mysterio match, then it is the women's tag team tournament. And we see the match card for that. We see the tournament. We see what teams are going to be competing and who's going against who. And just as I thought, there were no real tag team, no real women's tag team, just singles competitors being clumped together. And you guys already know how I feel about that. It gets on my nerves, but this is what WWE has right now. The very, very, very few female tag teams that Vince had in WWE, they're gone. And the only one I can think of is freaking the Iconics. But they're over at Impact. But anyway, so yeah, it's this. So Tamina and Dana Brook, of course, Io Sky and Dakota Kai, Alexa Bliss and Asuka, we knew that. Nikki, ASH, and Doudrop. I don't get that group. I don't get that. I don't get that tag team. I just don't. Then you have Raquel Rodriguez and Aaliyah. I don't get that one either. Xia Li and Shotzi, Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark. Okay, I kind of like Zoe Starks has been in tag teams before at NXT, so I get that. And the whole Nikita Lyons thing, that's surprising to me. So I'm interested in seeing how that's going to play out. And then, of course, you have, Natalya and Sonya Deville. I don't get it. I'm not supposed to get it. And I hate it. I really do hope soon WWE gets some female tag teams on their main rosters. Because this whole single competitors thing, I mean, I know they did that. Vince has been doing that for years. WWE has been doing that for years, putting two single competitor wrestlers together in a tag team. I know it's been done so many times, but it just bugs me. It just bugs me, especially when you make a tag team championship for women and you don't have tag teams to get the belts. But anyway, I'm done with my rant. So for the first round, it is Tamina and Dana Brooke versus Io Sky and Dakota Kai. And what was interesting to me is, and I'm not trying to throw any shade, but Tamina and Dana Brooke, I feel like they were carrying the match in a way. And I could just see who has been on the main roster longer, who has been on TV longer. I was seeing, like, Dana was coming out of her shell. Dana was doing her thing. I hate that she came out. I forgot that she was the 24/7 champion. Like I said before, I want that title to burn. I need that title to burn. Like, burn to a crisp. But that's neither here nor there. I believe that Dana Brooke deserves more than that title. I feel like she's better than that title, seriously. She could use some work with her promos, but she wasn't that bad when she was getting interviewed. And of course, I freaking love Tamina. She brings that aggression, and I'm telling you, I would not want to be in the ring with Tamina. I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't. So that whole match, Dana and Tamina were really carrying the match. I feel like Io Sky and Dakota Kai are going to need more practice and more matches on TV. I feel like they have ring rust, especially Dakota Kai. I feel like she has some ring rust. But I feel like that moonsault that Io Sky did really did bring it on home. I was like, there it is. I'm seeing the Io Shirai. I don't know about this Io Sky, but I'm seeing the Io Shirai. So yeah, I just think that Dakota Kai and Io Sky just have some ring rust that they need to get out. And I feel like the more they wrestle, the better that they'll get. They'll get back into the groove that they were in, because Dakota Kai was that's not what I remember her as. I feel like Dakota Kai could have been more ruthless like she used to be in NXT. Like, even when she was tagging with Raquel Gonzalez, there's a lot more intensity and a lot more, the best word is just ruthlessness. So I don't know if that's ring rust or because she was told that she had to not bring it like as much as Tamina and Dana Brooke. I don't know. That wouldn't really make sense to me, because we're pushing the women's division right now. So I don't know what that's about. Maybe you guys know. But yeah, I wasn't expecting that match to be the way that it was. I was expecting for Dakota and Io to win, but how it went down, I wasn't expecting it. I'm very intrigued to see who is actually going to win those women tag team championships. Yeah, like what we got right now in the tournament, the women that we have, these tag teams that we have right now in this tournament, I'm not excited for. The only one I'm kind of excited for is the Nikita Lyon and the Zoe Starks. 'Cause I've seen Nikita in the ring and I've seen Zoe in the ring, and she's been a tag team champion before anyway. Yeah, Zoe Stark was NXT tag team champion with Io Shirai. So I'm interested in seeing how that's going to go down if they make it to where it is Io Sky and Dakota Kai versus Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark. So I'm interested in see how that's going to go because there's some history there between Io and Zoe. But other than that, I mean, this tournament, I'm not looking forward to it as much as I thought I would, but I did have a feeling that it was going to be like this because the lack of real tag teams. So the match with Bobby Lashley and Tommaso Ciampa for the United States Championship. This is the perfect example of how a match should go when you're trying to build both wrestlers. Both wrestlers ended up getting put over even though Tommaso Ciampa lost the match and Bobby Lashley was able to retain his title as U.S. champion. It was so good. There were so many close calls where Ciampa was pinning Bobby, and just as right before 3, he would kick out. And that was like multiple times that happened. But of course, Ciampa wasn't ready for that hurt lock. Like he just was not ready for that hurt lock. Overall, I enjoyed that match. I really enjoyed Bobby Lashley as United States champion. And I feel like the WWE universe has really come around to Bobby. Like every time he comes out, the crowd pops. They're enjoying him. They respect him as a champion, and I love that. I really do love that. So, like I said, overall, I enjoyed the match. Tommaso Ciampa was... I'm so looking forward to what Triple H is going to do with that guy. I really am. And I'm so happy that he's on the main roster and he is in title pictures right now. The whole thing with him being linked with The Miz, I could care less about that. I love The Miz. Don't get me wrong. He's one of my favorite heels right now in the men's division. But I'm looking forward to when Ciampa can be on his own. Am I the only one who doesn't really care for Omos in the ring? Now, I like MVP, but I don't really care for Omos. And the whole handicap match that he had with those jobbers, like, he is so, like, his wrestling is so cringy to me. I don't know why. Like, he's super stiff, and I feel like he needs to go to NXT. Like, he needs to go to, or better yet, some sort of, like, he needs to be developed as a wrestler. Like, I don't like how he talks on the mic, and I do not like how he is in the ring. Like, the whole tag team with AJ Styles and him, I didn't like that. And him by himself, I don't like that either. I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know if Triple H still has him because he sees potential, or because his contract, or I don't know, but I really don't care for him as a wrestler. I'm sorry, I just don't. So apparently, Riddle is supposed to be coming back next week for an exclusive interview. I'm curious to see what he has to say. And segueing into that, Seth freaking Rollins gets interviewed by Kevin. And Seth, I'm telling you, I feel like Seth is at his best as Seth freaking Rollins as a heel. Like, the psycho laugh that he does, like he was, I'm sorry, it just makes me laugh. Like, he is so, he is so good. And then he was mocking Riddle. It was just so rich. It was so freaking rich. Yeah, the whole thing with him, with Seth talking about how Riddle's going to be hanging up his flip-flops and Randy, like all that stuff. All that is just pure promo gold for me personally. So the next match was Chad Gable from Alpha Academy versus Dolph Ziggler. Sheesh, please. Like I said before, I forgot what video it was. I know the gimmick is stupid. I know it's stupid, but I like it. I just do. I'm entertained. If it's entertaining, I'm all for it. I really am. I love the fact that these two, Chad and Dolph, are getting more shine. They are both underrated wrestlers, and I've said this before. They're both underrated wrestlers, and a lot of the match was them being super technical, and I almost forgot that Chad Gable was an Olympian. And honestly, I thought maybe I'm just still traumatized from Vince and his booking and his storylines. I thought that even though Dolph Ziggler is in his hometown, I really did think that he was going to lose. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just used to Vince doing stuff like that, but Vince is not in the picture anymore. It's Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. So for Dolph Ziggler to actually win in his hometown, I feel like that's pretty dope. I feel like that is pretty dope, and he deserves it. And overall, the match was definitely enjoyable for me. It was really good. It was ankle lock after ankle lock, and Dolph did his super kick. I love that dang super kick. I really do. So the last match was the match between AJ Styles versus The Miz. So they've been having beef for quite some time. AJ always coming in and trying to equalize the situation, whether he was attacking Tommaso Ciampa on ringside or The Miz on ringside. And now those two get to hash it out in the ring. So AJ won. But that's not what I want to talk about. What I really want to talk about is the fact that I'm seeing a pattern here, and I feel like at the end of every show, I'm going to expect this now. Like, who else is Triple H going to bring back to the company? So, like, for instance, on SmackDown last week, freaking Karrion Kross and Scarlett come back, surprise, and then Monday Night Raw, at the end of the match between AJ Styles and The Miz, we see a bunch of like cops, and they're like, it looked like they were pulling someone up, and commentary like, who was that? What's going on? Because AJ starts looking over there and seeing what's going on, and in my mind, I'm thinking like a fan is acting crazy or something like that, or he's trying to get over the barricade. I don't like, just the usual, But then you see a familiar face, and then I forgot which commentator said, is it Dexter Lumis? And then I see his face, and I'm like, Dexter is back? Dexter Lumis is back, and he's on the main roster? He's on Raw? Are you kidding me? Yes. He should have never been released. His character is so creepy. Like, he has that like serious, like stoic, like psychotic, like stare. But then outside of the ring, he's an amazing artist. He's an amazing illustrator. So it's just like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy that he's back, man. Like, I wanted that whole storyline with him and Indy Hartwell to continue, with them being married and their cute, creepy relationship. Like, I wanted that to continue, but I guess on to bigger things, and I am interested in see how that's going to continue. Why was Dexter Lumis being taken away? Was he trying to get over the barricade and attack AJ Styles? Was he just staring there and got removed from the premises? Like, I don't know how that storyline is gonna go, but I am, oh yes, the plot thickens. I was like, you can't just have that ending at SmackDown last Thursday and then not have something on Raw. Like, what about Monday Night Raw? And that did not disappoint. So I'm seeing a pattern, and I'm wondering who else is going to pop out of the woodworks. Who else did Triple H get back to WWE and is going to make a surprise appearance on SmackDown. So I'm looking forward to that. Guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. Let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Did you enjoy it? Overall, I do want to give like my overall of what I thought about it. I don't know. I just felt, I don't know. Maybe it's because I was comparing SmackDown. But you guys let me know in the comments what you thought about it. I thought it was okay. It was okay episode. It was okay. So guys, let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more episodes. Thank you guys for watching. Signing off. Bye.